No Man's Sky had a rather shaky launch back in 2016, but since then the many improvements that have been made to the game have cemented it as one of the best survival games out there, with a dedicated player base that's still supported by the developers with continuous updates. It can be difficult to explain why No Man's Sky is so special to those who haven't played it. At first glance, the lack of a well-defined gameplay loop can make it seem like a game without direction, with few clear objectives to aim for. The truth is, you get as much out of this game as you're willing to put into it, and one of the most significant features that you can spend endless hours being creative with is the building system. There's been a number of updates to the building system over the years, making it arguably one of the best among all survival games. It may not always be as flexible or intuitive as some, but the setting of space and all that comes with it makes it fairly unique. You can build bases on any planet, moon, or even freighter that you encounter, and this extends to building on land, in orbit, and underwater bases. You can build a base in a cave, on an island, or expand to create a larger settlement on a Pangea-like continent. The space themes of base building in No Man's Sky make it uniquely special, but the core features are nothing to scoff at either. There's a significant amount of freedom in terms of object placement, and you can combine a good range of wall, door, window, and roof options to create enormous, intricate structures. With all that said, the building system doesn't come without its flaws. Although the snapping system is intuitive enough most of the time, it fails miserably for some key base parts, mainly stair pieces, which are incredibly difficult to snap together in interior spaces. If you want to make a suitable staircase, most of the time you'll have to toggle free placement and get creative with how you piece them together. It's made worse by the fact that you need to have a floor piece before you can even begin placing stairs, which does limit some of the creative freedom. Another potential annoyance for new players is the sheer amount of grind required to obtain all the different base modules. You'll need to spend a hell of a lot of time grinding materials and currency to get them all, but since exploration is a core feature of the game, if you're into that aspect of gameplay, it should feel less grindy. For those looking to start base building sooner, without the epic grind, there is a creative mode you can use to build bases with access to all the relevant materials and recipes, and you won't need to continuously gather materials to keep building. We know that the developers are capable of implementing smooth changes to different aspects of the building system, such as the electric wiring system, which allows you to connect technologies over large distances while completely hiding the cables by using one simple technology blueprint. Given all the other quality updates that the developers have released for No Man's Sky, not to mention the incredibly fun expeditions which really tap into a sense of adventure and exploration that the game excels at, they can hardly be accused of not listening to players. Ultimately, there are still improvements to be made for No Man's Sky's building system, and I really hope that the developers pay attention to this and release a dedicated update for it sooner rather than later. Base building is one of my favourite parts of the game, and there's already a lot of fun to be had with it, as anyone can see by browsing some of the many incredible bases that people have made and showcased here on YouTube. If you can overcome the occasional jank, initial grindfest, and read a few decent guides such as the one on our website, there's a lot to love about base building in No Man's Sky. I've barely touched the surface here, but there are plenty of other unique features that you can incorporate into your base, such as pets, vehicles, display cases, for some of your most memorable encounters with flora and fauna on different planets, and even holograms of planets that you visited while exploring the universe. Few other games have this depth of context and relevance to the themes of the game and their building system, making it feel truly unique to the genre, and a really fun way to connect your adventures to a place that you might call home on a planet far from where you started your journey. Imagination is key here, and No Man's Sky rewards you with as much as you put into it. So if you're someone who enjoys base building and survival games, whether you want to embark on the journey and do things the grindy way, or just get stuck in with creative mode, the building system in No Man's Sky is well worth playing for. There are plenty of us who play the game for this experience alone, but it has much more to offer if you're willing to invest in it. Do give it a go, and check out our guides over at gamerguides.com if you need help with the basics. We cover everything from where to find key materials, how to upgrade your starship and exosuit, basic crafting guides, and yes, building guides. I hope you find them useful, and do let us know if you have any questions.